Critical Blast, where pop culture gets blasted.
And welcome to hour 6 of Podcast-palooza. And I froze up, so the internet is getting tired. And there's no reason to be tired. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Come on, you're gonna be up now anyway. So just because you're sitting here talking all day, how tiring can that be? It's not. You're on your butt. Treat it like any other work day. We are entering the 6th hour of Podcast-palooza, and we are now going to speak with Genuine Comics' Dave Brink, who has a perfect comic for us, a perfect 10. Dave, how are you today, man?
Hey, RJ. I'm great. I'm very tired, but I imagine you are too. So
it's late for you.
Yeah, it's about 10. It's not that late, but it's end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. The sun is down. So.
Yes.
But so glad that you were able to jump on here and help us out with presenting crowdfunding options to our listeners today. I'm bringing up your Indiegogo page. I can type. Let's see how this has been going, because I haven't checked it in a day or two.
I was on your channel about 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can see the progress.
Let's see
we had a few new backers today, and we jumped over $8,000 dollars. So that was great.
Excellent. Yeah, you are fully funded, so this is something that's going to happen.
That was going to happen anyway. But
yeah, that's right, because it was a flexible goal. But it's good to have it happen and make money at it.
Yes. Yes, definitely. It's very exciting. People are really rallying for it, so it's really cool.
Yes, Rebel Comics. This is my mic. I've gone through my water. I've gone through 2 cups of X-Bars coffee. I'm onto the colder caffeinated stuff, and then I'll end up going back to coffee before the day's over with here. Somewhere I'm going to find time to eat, because when you do these back to back to back, you're like, oh wait, you're doing hour streams, not 45-minute streams where you'd actually like get something.
Yeah, you have to plan this out, man. Yeah.
Horrible at that. Horrible.
This is a new goal for you, right? The last time was 8 hours.
The last one was 8 hours, and
yes,
and I had somebody drop, so I had an hour break in between.
Oh wow. Okay.
So far, no drops, and
you're a true trooper.
What else am I going to do today? It's a Sunday, and I'm by myself in the middle of the Ozark Mountains. If I leave, I'm going to spend. Yesterday, I left the house. It was a Saturday, also nothing to do. And
scary.
What did I do? I went shopping, and I found an antique store, and they had a 1986 Varga calendar. I'm like, see, if I keep doing this, I'm just going to really go broke. But I love the Varga art style and all the print. This is 1946. He's painting this, and we have people today who just aren't touching that.
No, nowadays it's all computer. So
all that 3D CG stuff.
Technique. Yeah. Great, man.
Oh, it's very it's interesting. I'd love to see somebody do something in a Varga style. Little known fact: Varga did a Batgirl.
Oh, really?
He did it for Playboy, and it was not the Barbara Gordon Batgirl like we think of. It was just basically one of his girls wearing the 1966 Batman costume, only where the Batman costume was gray, which was like most of it. It was sheer nylon kind of thing, like a lingerie kind of thing, but it had the floppy eared mask and the big flowing blue cape behind.
All right.
You can find it online if you do Varga Batgirl. You'll find an image of it.
Okay, I'll look for that.
You're 100% funded, which I think you were the last time we talked.
I was. Yeah.
And I can see why. You've got this. The art on this is beautiful. the story looks like it's right out of the 90s.
It
the
is
good 90s,
actually
not the glut 90s.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the good 90s, of course.
Yes,
Of course, man. We
so you
only
got a
take
video
the best
here.
aspects.
Yes, only the good stuff. Left all the
Yes.
junk. Let's take a look at the video here and see what we can glean from that.
Sure.
The perfection program. That's what they call it. It gave me life, but it also caused death. I never asked for any of it. Running from superpowered murderers who want revenge. Revenge for something I did? Something I can't remember. But I won't run. I refuse. I don't want to be controlled anymore. This world needs more heroes than villains. That's more important than anything, isn't it? My existence has to mean something. It has to make a difference somehow. For Virgil. For Aaron. I need to be worth this life I've been given. I need to do what's right. Even if it kills me.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is such a good video, and
Yeah, man.
it gets across exactly what the book's about, and it does it in an engaging style.
Yeah, it's the first time I asked someone to do a voiceover as well. So I wrote those, and I had no idea how many lines we could squeeze in, because I really wanted a video that was 90 seconds and no longer, and we managed exactly 90 seconds. So yeah.
Well, she did a great job.
Yeah.
So looks like your page it looks like your page has evolved since the last time we talked, because I don't remember this.
No, that's new. That's new, man.
So what are we looking at here? This is Heroes and Villains.
Yes. That's a book that we still need to print. It was a spontaneous idea. I wanted to do something to thank everyone who backed me and who shares and who supports. And I thought, what can I give them that has value, doesn't cost me too much? And I already have a lot of artwork, because I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and we have a lot of concepts. And for all these concepts, we have artwork made of characters and pin-ups and used for promotional material or advertisements or posters. And we had material made to sell on conventions. And there are no conventions now. So I thought, why not
get some use out
put all of that together in one book? Yeah. So and this is new material for most people. So everyone who backs this campaign with a physical perk gets an extra book for free. So
very cool. And this is, sort of like your it's characters that are in that universe. I don't know if Perfect 10 or American Bliss are going to be in there in pinup form or any way, or.
Yeah, I haven't decided yet which pinups will be included, but it could be indeed that American Bliss and Perfect 10 will be part of that, because I had so many pinups for the second Perfect 10 book that I had to make it thicker, and perhaps I can move some of those pages over to this art book. So you still get the pages, only in a different format.
Yeah, that would make perfect sense. And to make clear to the viewers here that there's more than just one book that's you're getting on this one anyway. This is for Perfect 10 number 2 and Power Trip number 1. Did I get those right, or did I get them flipped? It is number 2.
Yeah, that's right. The last time we talked, the title was different. The campaign was called Perfect 10, issue 2. And I wanted to bring some more attention to the second book as well, because we've had some progress on that, and it looks phenomenal. So I would like people to regard that as an actual book, So it's mentioned now as the second comic you can get.
Yeah, it's not just an add-on; it's part of the campaign in whole.
Yeah. Yes. And also, I got asked if a Power Trip was available digitally, and I didn't have that yet. I can't remember why. For some reason, I decided that Power Trip was the secondary book, so it didn't need its digital format. But when people asked for it, then okay, I want to give people what they want. So I added a few tiers with the digital copy of Power Trip, and it will be automatically included with every physical order of Power Trip.
Excellent. So all you backers out there who are into the digital comic, that need the digital comic, if you've been here before and you back, Perfect 10 number 2, now you can get out there and get Power Trip as well. Get your Power Trip digital.
Yeah.
Now this the featured tier here. This is pretty much the money shot. This is where you get the biggest bang for your buck, because you're going to get issues 1 and 2 of Perfect 10, both physical and digital, and you're going to get that Power Trip number 1 physical copy. I'm going to assume you, as you said, you're also going to get the digital copy. You can't edit these things once people are back.
No, I tried. I can't even change the pictures that go with it. So
once one person has backed it, it's locked in place.
Yes,
but you will get the digital of Power Trip as well with this, and you also get that mini poster by Clayton Barton. Now, what's the mini poster of? That's the pairing up, isn't it?
Yeah, there was some kind of bridge between these two new titles, because American Bliss and Perfect 10 do live in the same world, but they don't meet because these are two separate books. So it was fun to make some sort of crossover pin-up, and I got Clayton Barton to do that. So that was amazing. There it is.
Took a while for things to load up there. So there is a Clayton Barton version of Perfect 10 and American Bliss. So yeah, why would you not want that? That's a gorgeous pinup. He's got a very Danger Girl style to him. I can't remember the artist's name.
Scott Campbell, his name is?
Yes, J. Scott Campbell. I knew it was J. Scott, and I kept going to like James Michaels because he didn't do any drawings.
Yeah. More people compared it to that style, and I can see that it's kind of a amalgamation between J. Scott Campbell and Michael Turner, and a little bit of Silvestri in there. So yeah, you can see where he got his influences.
Yeah, because both those guys were known for their female characters who were very very willowy in their sort of in their body structure. They weren't, yeah, they tapered down to a nice slender end. They weren't super busty, but they looked very very thin and very fit.
Yes. Awesome style.
So 34 people have claimed that for 44 USD. Plus the shipping, and this is coming from where are you shipping from?
From the Netherlands.
From the Netherlands. So it's got a ways to go. You got to buy its plane ticket to get here. So be aware of that when you click on it.
With the boat, it's a little troublesome nowadays. So
Yes. Can we not? Can we get like 20 guys? Just get to the starboard side of the bow and just push. Just
yeah.
push it out of the ditch there. I
Wow.
was like, that's when we get stuck in the snow. That would here on the mountain. We just a couple of 6-packs of beer and some good old boys will just push you right out and you're good to go. I've never seen such. It makes you realize we got this tens of thousands of square miles of ocean. One little pain point gets pinched and everything stops.
Yes, it's unbelievable.
That seems to be troublesome because it's like surely somebody's getting ideas like, oh, well, we just do this to this part here and we'll bring the world, to its knees.
Yeah.
You can, of course, just get the digital edition number 2. I'm betting you can get digital editions of all the other ones too somewhere down the road here. For only $9.
Not everyone likes that. Some people, I don't do digital, but I want to give people the option to purchase digital if they prefer digital and if they rather skip the shipping costs, So it's a win-win situation, I think. I get something, they get something. I get support. It's all good.
Well, overseas shipping can definitely be a hurdle to get over. If you haven't talked with somebody who does logistics for that kind of thing, Dave, nod, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I know where this is going.
Yeah. No, we're not going there. You already know where it's going.
No. You're still on the list, man. Still on the list. No, it's a learning process. I think you're going to be very popular.
I hope so. For $15, you can get issue number 2. If you've already got issue number 1 and you don't care about, Power Trip number 1, what's wrong with you? For one thing,
for some reason, it does happen. So,
but you can get it. You'll get the digital. You'll get all the stretch goals that are coming with it. This is the double digital. So this is I told you 1 and 2. You can get them together, digital versions. Is there a way where they can get all 3 of them in digital? The Power Trip digital.
That's a new perk. Yeah.
New perk. Okay, so we'll run across it. Here is of course Perfect 10 number 2 digital and Power Trip number 1 digital. So and speak of the devil, $24, all 3 in digital. So if you've been wanting your digital comics, I'm talking to you, George. I'm talking to you, Robert. This is your tier. $24, 3 comics in digital form, all in the same shared universe. With
I think that's together. It's about 77 pages of sequential art plus extra pinups. So, what
a deal! Perfect. Now I'm a paper physical guy, so I'm going to go that route. But and this is exactly what you get here. You get the Power Trip physical number 1, Perfect 10 number 2 physical, and digital of both Perfect 10 2 and Power Trip, and that mini poster. So
yes,
and pretty much everything.
And you get the new art book.
The new art book. That's right. Everybody's getting the new art book. I'm going to say that that's not available in digital, and I don't want to give you another headache by saying why isn't that available in digital?
No.
There's nothing to read there, folks.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's a bit weird sending out pinups in digital format. I don't know. It's only for physical orders. Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's a very special get. You should have one very special get to induce people to go physical.
Something extra for those who pay for the shipment. Then you get something extra.
Yes. Now this is the Give Me Everything. $89. You get all genuine comics because you guys have been publishing comics long before Perfect 10 and Power Trip. You've got a catalog of stuff.
Yeah, this is basically all books since 2015. That's 9 comics. Yes. Yeah, we did make make books in the 90s, but that was very amateurish, and it was only published in Dutch, and we saw that on conventions. And I quit making comics for about 15 years, and when I got that itch again to make something, to create something, that was in 2015. I wanted to do it right, so I wanted to rebrand and make use of the global market. So mainly this is all new stuff. So old material from the 90s, I can use it sporadically.
You can remaster it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but many ideas from back then, they are still present right now in the new books.
Well, we're very glad that you got the itch to come back and do that, because you're putting out some really good looking product here.
Thank you.
And of course, 2015, we had crowdfunding, but we really weren't talking about it that much. It was two years later, 2017, when people really started to sit up and take notice of that as a viable outlet for creating comics in a big way. So you were perfectly positioned to launch the rest of your books out this way. You're just going to get so many books. You're going to get both issues of Perfect 10, The Power Trip. You're going to get Ajax Awakening #1, Dream Girl Sleeper Agent 1, Earthling 1 through 4, the mini poster, all the unlocked stretch goals, and the digital editions of Perfect 10 1 and 2, and The Power Trip. And you're going to get the physical copy of the pinup book. So,
yes.
A lot of stuff in this.
That's a big one, yeah. So that's basically the best buy you can do.
It's literally
10 books.
everything.
Yeah, it's 10 books and digital stuff and all stretch goals. So
that's gonna be a nice heavy box that shows up on your doorstep.
Yes.
So before we get into the the sort of the more boutique tiers here, and people can obviously read ahead if they want and see what these are. Let's talk a little bit about the story and the art. I know we've done this before, and you've done this on multiple streams. We always have somebody new watching, so it's always every exposure to your book is somebody's first exposure to your book.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so the concept of the concept of Perfect 10 is, you did see that's a great one. That's a new back cover. Yeah, that's the front cover, and above it is the back cover. So this lady is called 10. She is so you have this universe of superheroes. It's kind of like Marvel Comics, like a universe with superheroes and supervillains, and superheroes have to abide by the rules. But there are always supervillains that are troublesome, that can't be kept in check, and they kind of have to disappear. And the heroes cannot make that happen. So there was this program set up where they kind of created assassins to deal with these superpowered criminals. And 10 is the 10th prototype of these assassins. And now she has something happens. She's taken out of the program, and she decides she doesn't want to be on assassin anymore. But the problem is that the villains won't forgive her. So every villain in the world is now after her. It's like John Wick, but with John Wick being a pretty girl and all the assassins superpowered criminals. So
yeah, and 10 doesn't. She's not a super in the traditional sense that you would think of, like flying and invulnerability and stuff like that. She's enhanced, sort of like a Captain America enhanced.
She's fairly strong. She has 10 times the capacity of a normal human being. She can heal very fast. She knows every martial art that exists. She can handle firearms. She has a few gadgets, but no, she's not like Superman level. So while some of these villains are, so that's pretty cool to see how that unfolds. The basic idea was it started with the idea that I wanted some sort of superpowered Lara Croft kind of character.
Sure.
And that was the starting point, and the rest grew from there, because I had to have the superpower angle. So heavy emphasis on superpowers and villains and battles. And meanwhile, we'll also talk about the relationships between the characters, and because Ten is kind of new to this world, she just woke up. She doesn't really remember what it is she did. So for the reader, she is a great stand-in to explore this world, and she has to find her way now.
So she's been around for a while. She just doesn't know what she did.
Yes.
And all these people are angry at her. And she's like, I don't know why you're mad at me. Well, you've been going around killing all their friends.
Yes. That's basically it. Yeah.
Yeah. It really, just looking at this one shot here, it really looks like you just had a brainstorm of imagination to create characters, because they all look, they don't look like characters for the most part that you'd say, oh, that's a stand-in for this character from this company, or this is kind of like that character from that company. The closest would be this green striped lady. You're like, Poison Ivy, Tigra. I don't know. She's unique. She's something that's different. I don't know what she does or what her power set is. I just know she's green and she's pretty.
Yeah. Creating villains is fantastic. You can go nuts. With superheroes, there are a few stricter rules. Some powers don't work for heroes, for instance, and other powers that are just gross, they are perfect for villains. So with villains, you can go crazy. So you'll meet a lot of weird characters.
Yeah, I mean, if you got this double-headed guy here and this blotchy guy here, and you say, yeah, we're part of the Justice League.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, you look like a standard villain. So yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, you got to go to the villain club. You just get kicked over. But Ten does work with other heroes. She's not on her own now. Which begs the question, of course, when she was an assassin, did the world know that there were these assassins that were taking out the supervillains?
No, no one knew. It just came out. So she's now out of the program, and the world now knows. So this is fairly new. This takes place in the same day. So issue 2 takes place in the same day as issue 1, and in issue 1, the news broke that this program existed, and now the entire world is responding to that, including the superhero community. So they now know, they made assassins to do things we can't stand behind.
Yeah, and I imagine the opinion would be pretty split as to whether or not that was a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah, so not only does Ten have to deal with all these villains, but she also has superheroes who don't really appreciate her. So that's kind of interesting. And of course, there will always be characters that try to see it more from her standpoint. She had no choice; she did what she was programmed to do. So that's kind of interesting.
It's definitely gonna make things tense. But it's comic book world. When you watch like Arrow or The Flash, Arrow spent the first 2 seasons killing people, and you're like, I'm gonna be a good guy now. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine, no jail time. You're a good guy now.
Yeah, all's forgiven. Yeah.
Yeah, they just did it last week in The Flash. Spoiler alerts. Abracadabra just kills this guy with flying cards, but we reached to his inner goodness and we redeemed him, kind of, sort of. Like, no, he goes to jail. He killed a guy.
So it's kind of when the writers, they suddenly decided that they probably should have taken a different route and a course correct during the series.
Yeah, it's like, well, we can't kill the hero for everything he did. Here's another great shot of all the villains that are in here. And again, we can't talk about everything that they do. I just recently noticed this guy here is always covered with bees surrounding him. And he's got this honeycomb effect to his costume. So
yeah, it's great. He was designed by Robert Nix. I couldn't get the design right, so sometimes I hire other people to think of something else, something new, because then I'm just I'm out of ideas. So I have the basic concept. So a fresh perspective often helps, and it also helps to get a nice variety of designs. Because when I design everything, I do have my tropes, So you want to break out of that, and other people can think of stuff that I can't think of.
Yeah, well, they all look distinctive and unique. I mean, the only one that even looks like anybody I've seen before is this lady in the middle who kind of looks like a Great Lakes Avenger called Big Bertha.
Yeah.
And she looks, but she looks more like she's a walking nuclear reactor, kind of.
Yeah, she's pretty interesting. Her power set is pretty original. I haven't seen it anywhere else, and I thought of her when I was 19. And in all these years, not one of the mainstream publishers have come up with the powers that she has.
Okay, well then there's a reason to get behind it. Except here's a better reason: it's coming in on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Now, is she? I would imagine that if she goes into battle with these supervillains, she doesn't remember what she did before. But I'm going to have to imagine that the muscle memory is still there and the instinctiveness is still there, to where she would, find herself having to say, "Whoa, I almost killed him because I was going for like this kind of a strike that would have done that." Is that the case at all? Does she have to pull back?
Yeah, she's made to do this. So in the first issue, she is attacked, and you see her responding instinctively, and she can't even grasp how she did that. And then she learns that she was made, and this is instilled into her. But she does decide that she does not want to kill anymore. So everything she does, she has to restrain herself. And sometimes that's not for the better. It's easier to win when you give yourself the when you allow yourself to kill your opponent. But she doesn't do that. So, well, these villains, they are relentless, So that's exciting.
And they just we get to see more of them than we want to see here, I think. This is the team of heroes also jumping in to join in the battle.
Yeah, it's a complete universe with other superheroes. So at some point, someone. So this was a scene that was requested by the artist Paul Rodrigues, because he wanted to draw a double page spread with all the villains and all the heroes. And I told him, well, that's cool, that sounds awesome, but I'm not sure if it fits the story. But I managed to get it done, so it does fit the story, and it fits it perfectly fine. So yeah.
And then one of the these are the pinups that are coming in Perfect 10 number 2, not necessarily the pinup book, which is also extra, but I love seeing these different takes on your character.
I think some of these pinups will move over to the art book, because I was getting it's pretty full now, the book. So I think it's best one or two of these pinups will be moved over.
All right.
But you'll get them regardless. So yeah.
And then this one's getting a special presentation, basically because these are professional comic artists, and Eric Hodson is now a professional comic artist because his fan art is being published, and you're now professional. Congratulations.
And he's featured bigger now because he came later into the campaign. I got this during the campaign, so I just added it to this page, and it was so great. So yeah, it's phenomenal.
It really is a good shot.
Yeah,
that's going to get some. That's going to get him more business here in the future, drawing stuff.
It does.
And then, of course, you've got the Power Trip books here. This is the anthology that sort of gives you more glimpses into this superhero universe of Perfect 10 and all the other, Dream Girl and all the other ones that you've got.
Dream Girl has her own title, but we have so many concepts, so many characters that we can't give them all their own books. So this Power Trip format is great to offer people something new that they won't see in other titles. And it can even lead to when something is popular, you can just put this out there and see the responses. So the response for American Bliss was really good. So that has led to us planning out an actual series for her. But for now, she'll appear in this concept or in this book for now. Yeah.
So if people start writing in after this and saying, "Oh, that Devilman character, I want to see more of him," that would prompt you to say, "Okay, well, let's see if we can do a Devilman miniseries."
You need to give people what they like. So, and what's also we were working on the American Bliss story. The other two are done, and then I had to switch artists. And Paul Rodriguez, he was done with Perfect 10, so he took over, and now the entire story of American Bliss will be drawn by Paul Rodriguez.
Okay.
So if you like the art from Perfect 10, you get the exact same art in this story.
And it gives it a nice connectedness look to it too. What they used to call house style. When all the books look like they belong together. This is the Auxilium. This is the first piece of the anthology. This is sort of like your Challengers of the Unknown Fantastic Four team.
It's a team that goes on rescue missions, and they clean up the mess that superheroes leave behind after battles. So they weren't ready yet for their own series, but they were pretty cool. So we had a short story made.
Kind of reminds me of the concept-wise. It reminds me of what Marvel had for Damage Control.
Yeah.
Although there were no supers there, they were just people who rebuilt the bridges and the houses and stuff. Man Devil. I said Devil Man earlier. This is Man Devil.
That's created by Daniel Redelius. We have characters in this universe. I didn't create everything, but there are characters in here from other people, and I want to make sure that's all connected. So when someone brings a new character to this world, I want to integrate it soon, and the short story is done by the creator.
Okay. And I believe this was actually his antagonist, although it looks like they're fighting together on this one.
Yeah, that's my character. Because Mandevil needed someone to interact with, so she is kind of an anti-hero, a little bit like Catwoman.
Okay.
Yeah. That
again,
that
I love the costume.
Yeah, that kind of role she has.
It's a very, very unique looking costume. I like that a lot. And then of course we've got the American Bliss, who's pretty sure it's a Captain America kind of analog kind of deal. She's the embodiment of patriotism at some level for the United States.
Yeah,
I don't know her origin.
Yeah, she's a combination between Captain America and Wonder Woman. She has that royal thing going on, and she is supposed to be an icon for people to look up to. She's kind of a legacy character, so she's taking up the mantle from a former hero, and so she has something to prove. That's pretty interesting to explore.
All right, and these are all 3 stories that you're going to find in Power Trip number 1, which is just part of everything that's going to come in this book. Even if you just get the basic package here, you're getting 3 comics now. You're going to get Power Trip number 1, you're going to get Perfect 10 number 2, and you're going to get the pinup book with the 40 pages of pinups. So yeah, that's a lot of very basic level stuff, and it only gets better from there. These are the stretch goals, and I'm going to roll back and check now. We've hit that first stretch goal.
Yeah, well, we hit both.
Yeah, because you're at 8,000. Yeah. So
yes,
both sets of TV stickers have been hit and released.
Yes, everyone gets these 2 sets. Yeah, it's pretty cool. My first ever stickers. I never made those before. I had them made, so I have to figure out how to make it work. But it will happen. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I can help you with the stickers.
You can?
Yes, I can point you to. I can point you to the right place to do this at the best cost.
Okay, cool.
They also do refrigerator magnets, flexible refrigerator magnets. Yeah. And they'll die cut it. Just go to Sticker Mule, check them out. But hit me DM later, and I'll show you they're the right pages for that. You're also doing something with this that I haven't seen done in a lot of in any crowdfunded books. I've seen crowdfunders share their characters, say, yeah, you can draw my character on your cover. But this is actually an interconnected campaign perk, where if you back Perfect 10, and then you go back and back Michael Odin's The Embrace, if you back both campaigns, you get this poster that teams up Perfect 10 and The Embrace together, drawn by Russ Leach from Only Death Can Save Us.
Yes. So how cool is that? Many people were already planning on backing both campaigns, so this is just an extra freebie for them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you do have to do a little extra work. You have to tell Michael, hey, I backed this campaign, and here's my backer number.
Yeah, Michael will be handling the shipping of the prints, and so you have to send him your backer number for Perfect 10, and that's it. So,
all right, we have gone through the entire campaign, folks. What is stopping you from backing this book? Obviously nothing, because you're actually very successful with this. 164% of the goal. Only 3 days left to get involved in this. Oh, I'm going to guess you're going to go in demand. But
it just jumped to 3 days. It was 1 hour ago for me. I will probably go in demand, so I can handle the shipment, and people can still order stuff until everything is out the door, and then I'll close everything. So
gotcha. I'm refreshing it here. We did not help you one bit, but
no, in replay.
Yeah, replay. Because when you replay it, the link to the Indiegogo it's further down than that. It's I'm reaching down past you behind your back and pointing to the screen at the bottom. It's in the description, folks. Click that and get in on it. Dave, I think I'm gonna wrap it right here just to get back the amount of time it's going to take me to switch streams again. Where we got 10 minutes left till the top of the hour. Is there?
Get something to eat, man.
Yeah, I'm okay. Is there anything coming up after Perfect 10 number 2? I mean, is it going to go to Perfect 10 number 3, or are you going to go to another issue of another book first?
There is going to be a Perfect 10 number 3, and it's going to be awesome. I have plans for that. That's I can't tell anyone yet, but so issue 3 will definitely happen, and maybe on issue 4. But the series will continue, but it goes on in new title. So after issue 3, it will probably continue in a different book. Gotcha.
You're going to bring the world together.
Yes.
I like it. I got it. I think a lot of people are going to start doing that actually with these shared universe books. They're just going to say, here's a book that's in the universe, and this issue is going to feature these characters, and the next book is going to feature those characters.
Yeah, but you have to take your time. I have so many cool characters that I wanted to show people, but I just can't. It's too much. So you have to slowly build it up. And I think Perfect 10 is the right book for new readers, because she gets introduced to this world she wakes up in. For the new readers, that's a fantastic jumping on point to explore this new world, and I can take my time to build everything from there.
Yes, absolutely. And it looks like you're building something that people are going to enjoy and remember. And we are going to thank you very much for doing so for us, especially those of us who are old school comic book fans. And thank you for coming onto the stream here to share Perfect 10 with us a little bit more today. We are now at this very minute the halfway point of Podcast-palooza. 12 hours of streaming. We are going to be moving on after this with Mike Barron, and Chris Brawley will be over here with Florida Man. We hope that we will see you there, everyone, in just a few minutes as we continue Podcast-palooza all the way up through 10 p.m. Central tonight when we end with Don Chin and Beard Zerker. So if you have not heard, there's going to be some artwork reveal and some cover reveal. We're going to see the very first appearance of, in print, the Rainbow the Brute will appear on a cover with Beard Zerker. So
awesome.
You're going to want to pop in and see that, folks. Dave, thanks again for coming. Folks in the chat, appreciate you being here. And we'll see you again in 7 minutes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.